It's the 3C2A Volleyball Championships for the women here in 2016 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Storinoff, Matt Henson with you on today's broadcast, live from LA Pierce College. Coming up in just a moment, game 1 of 6 on today's coverage here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's the quarters, our first 4 games. It'll be GROSSMONT and GAVILAN in game 1. It'll be Fresno City and Cypress in game 2. LA Pierce, the host school, and Sierra in game 3, and match 4, El Camino and Cabrillo, the defending state champs. Stay tuned, everybody. Top seed from the south, GROSSMONT, and the number 4 seed from the north, GAVILAN, getting ready to duke it out here in the opening match of today's coverage on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships live from LA Pierce College. On Ken Stanley Court, the player to watch today for GROSSMONT, Hannah Miller. We had an opportunity to see her earlier in the year versus Cuyameka. Shout out to Coach Kevin Pratt for allowing us to bring you coverage of that. About to get underway here. The Rams and the Griffins. Here we go. Griffins working far side. That one blocked back over in the middle. And the 4 seed from the north. Exactly what the doctor ordered right out of the gate. On the net, that was Leafheit and Chapa. Starting today for GAVILAN, Valerie Rogers, Haley Leafheit, Erica Chapa, Madison Hartman, Claire Gerard, Jenna Klontz, and Courtney Borgia. That one tooled off the block nicely, and we're back at 1-1. Starting for GROSSMONT, number 1, Robin Arthur. Number 7, Alana Wilson-Reed. Hannah Miller, we spoke of earlier. Nicole Donai. Hannah Doonan, Gianni Brown, one of the best liberos, if not the best libero in the state. That one off of the block and down. A pretty good swing from Hartman of GAVILAN. And the Rams up 2-1. And finishing it off for the starters for GROSSMONT, Lauren Rest. The setter. Just underway here. Game 1 of 6 today on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bump set on the far side. Miller with a roll shot. Back set. That one tooled off the block. GAVILAN, Courtney Borgia. GAVILAN coached by Kevin Kramer. Friend of the broadcast. We had him on last year up at Canyons. Now participating in this year's event. First time for GAVILAN in school history at the state championships, and that one blocked back over. Nicole Donai. Gianni Brown back to serve. Libero. Talk about her numbers. 439 digs on the season. That pass off the mark, free ball situation. Hannah Miller looking for the back line. She's just past it. 4-2, Gavilan with an early lead. Just underway on today's coverage. 1 of 6, a sextuple header here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Jorge Cepeda on camera. And that one into the net. One thing you can't do if you're Gavilan today is really hurt yourself from the service line. Minimal margin for error. Grossmont among the top of the rankings throughout 2016. Well, that's a great job modifying the position of her body. That was Elizabeth Pierce for Gavilan. And the Rams continue to lead it by 2. Leaf Height with the ace, 6-3. That's a tough float. That's one that gets on you in a hurry, and if you can't handle a float pass or float serve, watch out. Gianni Brown, another one off the mark. Brown gets there with a dig, huge dig. Miller with the roll shot, tools the block, and Borgia wants that one back. She needed to just keep that alive and get the rally going. Instead, the point goes to Grossmont. Miller at the service line. Pierce. Miller right there. Outside. That one not down. Good rally here. Kept alive. Here comes a free ball for Gavilan. And the Rams converge. Near side. Pierce on top of the block and down. Seven to 4. And the Rams out to an early lead here. Happy you've joined us, everybody, live from L.A. Pierce College and Ken Stanley Court. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Matthew Henson. Lance Walker may be joining us later. And Hannah Doonan laying down the hammer. Cuts it to 2. Wilson Reed now from the service line, second on the team in kills on the season with 196. Take that third on the team behind Miller and Doonan. I think that's going to be a net violation on Pierce. So Grossmont starting to get their feet under them. Cut the gap to 1 here after a good start from Gavilan and the Rams. Wilson Reed just beyond the service line. So 8-6. Pierce now serving. Elizabeth, sophomore outside hitter for the Rams. And that one goes beyond the service line. So some sloppy serving from the back line for both teams. Dueling service errors, 8-7. Grossmont, top team in the state coming in, trails it by 1. We will see the defending state champ Cabrillo later today. That one bumped over. Here comes a free ball. Near side. That catches Grossmont off guard. Brown unable to get there in time to save it and keep the point alive. Back to a 2-point lead for Gavilan. And this one off the mark. So Valerie Rogers unable to keep that one in the court of play. And Denai, check that, Doonan. Serving now for the Griffins. Good pass. Here comes a slide, and that's in. Well, when you want to move the block like that, the slide works wonders. You see it right there from Chapa. Chapa now serving. Check that was Hartman on the kill. That one kept alive nicely by Chapa. Back line, that one just goes beyond the mark. Hartman unable to keep that one in play and go back to the Griffins, trailing it by 1, 10-9. Griffins coached by Jamie Ivers. Grossmont got here by beating Riverside in round 1 in 5. And then Long Beach. Back set, that went out. We're all tied up, first time since 1-1. At 10-all, Griffins and Gianni Brown serving. Set 1, best of 5. Match 1 on the day, Brown. That one's going long. Well, as our good friend Kevin Pratt, head coach for Cuyamaca and the women, and for the men, San Diego City College, it's all about the serve and pass battle. It's little things here, and you really have to, if you can win that, you're going to put yourself in good position to succeed in any tournament. Miller gets that one over. Here comes a free ball. The slide again, not there. Off the block. That one hit into the antenna. Robin Arthur. Arthur had a very nice showing versus Cuyamaca earlier in the season. Arthur, of course, Hannah Miller. Miller, I believe, was nursing an injury, but she looks to be in full form. Back set, they go right back to Arthur. Arthur cannot score on the donut. Brown puts that in good position. They'll go to Miller, the big dog on the outside, and tool the block, and that is out. Cuts it back to a 1-point lead for Gavilan, 12-11. Arthur back to the service line for Grossmont. I almost called them Gryffindor. The Grossmont Griffins. Near side, Pierce looking for the dink. Nobody home. Brown. And we might have an injury on the court. Looks like Lauren West maybe got tapped in the ankle. She's okay. Arthur will come off into the back row. McKenna Wilson for the Griffins. Lead back to 2 here for Gavilan. Pretty composed here early. Here comes the slide from Wilson Reed. Well, this front line here for Grossmont, Hannah Miller, Wilson Reed. We talk about Hannah Doonan, the leader in kills on this team. And there's an ace from Miller. That one drops off a table, fooled Pierce. We're tied up at 13-all. Miller, Doonan, Alana Wilson Reed. Hey, opposing teams, good luck handling that. Bump set, far side. That one off the block, but not down. Kept alive. Middle set. Wilson Reed not ready for it. Taps it with a left hand over. Pierce into the twine. And the first lead today here for the Griffins as they are starting to rally middle of set 1. You're watching the 3C2A 2016 Women Volleyball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Live from LA Pierce. That one hit off the block. Miller keeps it alive. Outside, Doonan. Can't put it away, but she'll score. It wasn't down cleanly, but Serena Adami could not contain it. Two-point lead now for Grossmont. Miller keeps it in play. Handled pretty well. Pierce has it blocked back over. Oh, that's a great job by Brown, keeping that one alive. Doonan trying to tool that block. It stays up. Pierce gets it over. Bump set. Here comes a shot falling away. Miller can't get under it. Can't get it over, and it's back to a 1-point lead for Grossmont, top team in the South. And it's the number 4 from Gavilan, who's made a game of it early here in set 1. Rams now serving down by 1. Brown, good pass. Doonan can't put it away. That one dug out. Adami Pierce, I can't adjust to that one. And right now, the setting was pretty crisp early on, as was the passing. The passing, not so bad right now, but the setting needs to be a little bit better for GAVILAN. They trail it by 2, matches the largest lead so far today for GROSSMONT. Wilson Reed back to the service line for the Griffins. Tough serve. That one handled pretty well. We talk about the good pass, trying to set up the slide. Not much on it. Doonan blocked back over. Doonan will try to keep this one alive. Miller's going to swing this one over. Near side, Pierce gets on top of it. Miller digs it out. Wilson Reed trying to keep it alive. Here comes a free ball. GAVILAN, near side. Pierce, dug out again. Miller, what a stud. Good rally here from both teams, and they're looking for the setter kill. And Erica Chapa unable to get on top of it. She puts it into the twine. It's a 3-point lead. We see this here. Chapa trying to go after it. Actually, that one blocked back over. Coach Kevin Kramer going to take a timeout. Trailing by their biggest margin today, 17-14 against top team in the South. GROSSMONT will be back. So GAVILAN taking a timeout. Coach Kramer sensing this one's starting to get away, and they want to jump on the top team from the South early here. New format this year is a single elimination, not the double elimination, just 4 teams. There's 8 teams, 4 from both the North and the South. New format, inclusive to more teams. Wilson Reed digs that one out. Doonan looking to get on top of it. Pierce saves it. Bumps that near side. That's a tough angle. Pierce handled it pretty well. Wilson Reed digs it out again. Such a luxury when you have a player like Wilson Reed able to score. It's a bump kill for Wilson Reed. And Alana, better to be lucky than good, hits the back corner, out to a 4-point lead now for the Griffins. Game 1 of 6 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Game 2 slated for an 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. start time. That one tooled off the block nicely by Pierce. And gets GAVILAN back into the scoring column. They trail it by 3, though, 18-15. Doonan gets on top of it. Hannah Doonan. Well, that's one of the reasons why you lead one of the top teams in the state in kills. Plays like that. That one's going to sail past the service line, Lauren West. So Valerie Rogers will now serve. Brown. Quick set into the middle. Brown digs that one out. Good eye. Doonan again off of the block. First team to 20 are the Griffins. Talk about the road here. It's a team that was taken to 5 by Riverside. Riverside, an 18 seed in the playoffs. That's a tough ball to get to, and Gianni Brown unable to do so in time. Madison Hartman will score for the Rams. Cut it to 3. First team All-American, All-State setter Erica Chapa. Now serving. It's a good pass. Back set. Off of the block. That is a fantastic job of tooling that by Robin Arthur. Arthur very athletic. We see that right there. She hangs in the air and able to read the block and just poke it off of the side. That is great placement and great execution. 21-17, another timeout by Coach Kevin Kramer and Gavilan. We'll be back. Gianni Brown serving with a 4-point lead, 21-17. We're in set 1. It's top team from the south, Grossmont, taking on the 4 seed from the north. This is going to be a net violation against Grossmont. That'll cut the lead back to 3 for the Griffins. Let's see if the Rams can go on a run here. Brown. It's a good pass on that one, straight down and in. How about Robin Arthur again? How about the athleticism of Robin Arthur? See if we can check that replay. Just watch her at the net here. Finds the line, just puts it down. 22-18. Again, another service error. Obviously something Coach Ivers is going to want to talk about in between sets. Her team still leads it by 3. In good position to take set 1. Leaf height. Back set, Wilson Reed looking to wind up. She takes a little bit off of it. I think that caught everybody off guard. Looks like she was going to hammer one down. She finds a hardwood, 23-19, and the Griffins 2 points away. And Hannah Miller fittingly now here with a chance to possibly serve it out. For the rest of the match, puts it in play. That one off of the block, and it will be score to kill in the middle. And Jenna Klontz with the school. Back set, Wilson Reed. Can't put that one away. Pierce winds up, delivers. The setter dump, beautifully done by Lauren West. Set point. Wilson Reed now serving for the Griffins. Pierce gets it down. Again, another dig by Wilson Reed. I wonder what her numbers are. She's been fantastic. That one into the twine from Hannah Miller. Still 3 more set points, though, for Grossmont. Claire Gerard started back in at the service line. Now serving for the Rams. Brown, that's a great pass. Doonan, can she put it away? She will. That'll do it for set 1 in the books, 25-21. We head to set 2. It's Grossmont and Gavilan, game 1 of 6 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. It's the 3C2A 2016 Women Volleyball Championships. Remember, everybody, you don't have to be in front of a computer. You can actually catch this on Apple TV or any kind of set-top box if you have an Xbox One with the YouTube app. You can search SoCal College Sports, S-O-C-A-L, College Sports, one word, with the number 1 after it, and that should take you to our page on YouTube. You can watch this live, and when you're watching it through the Xbox One, one of the reasons why I recommend it from Xbox One or Apple TV, it upscales the picture so you get the best resolution possible. Right now we're streaming at 720p, but you can upscale to 1080p. It won't be true 1080p, but it will be pretty good resolution, and you can watch this on the big screen in your home. And if you happen to be in front of a computer, you can also do that as well. You can go to our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com, and catch this live. We are broadcasting on the campus of LA Pierce College, Ken Stanley Court. About to get underway with set number 2, GAVILAN and GROSSMONT, the Rams and the Griffins. Again, another shout out to Kevin Pratt, friend of SoCalCollegeSports.com. Looking forward to covering some of the men's coverage, San Diego City College later this year, or early next year. Later in the school year, I think is what I meant. And a shout out to the entire Pratt family. Papa Bob, Francine. Always very nice to us whenever we go down south. We planned to have Kevin on the broadcast this weekend. Unfortunately, coaching duties, such a busy guy. Stays busy. Puts us to shame, really, in terms of work ethic. That one, a net violation to start off set number 2 for GAVILAN. It's Chapa and Doonan battling it out on the net. So striking first blood in set number 2, it's the Griffins. Here's Lauren West. West puts that one into the top of the tape. Falls back onto the side. We're tied at 1-1. Chapa now serving. West setting up in the middle. Not much there. Outside. Blocked back over, but it's out. So Hartman tools it on the far side for the kill. GAVILAN takes their first lead here in set 2. The Rams got out to a pretty early start, a great start. They led through much of set 1 before GROSSMONT took control. Brown bumps that in great position. That one blocked over but not down. That one tooled by Arthur. Arthur starting to make herself known very well. 4th on the team in kills on the season. Behind Wilson Reed, Hannah Miller, and Hannah Doonan. Back set, Chapa, Hartman on top of the block but not down. Brown saves it. Back set, Arthur can't put it away. Great coverage. Oh, Valerie Rogers put that in a position for her team to keep that rally alive and nobody home. So lead back here to GROSSMONT. Doonan now serving. Bump set from Chapa. Roll shot dug out by Brown. Far side, Arthur off the block for 2, GROSSMONT. Spread the word, everybody. If you have any family that couldn't make the trip up here to LA Pierce, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to the official website for the California Community College Athletic Association, CCCAA sports.org. Getting on top of that one, but can't put it away. Klontz, and that one put down. Miller. That one dug out nicely by Doonan. Doonan going a little bit of a run here from the service line. It's out to a 3-point lead early in set 2. GROSSMONT took the first set 25-21. Doonan still serving. Being bumped over. Here comes a free ball. Chapa sets up outside. Borgia blocked over at the roof there from Robin Arthur. Timeout, Gavilan. 6-2, Grossmont jumping all over the Rams early here in the second frame. We'll be back. Six to 2, Grossmont. Letting everybody know why they're the #1 team in the state coming in. Doonan. 3-point rally on her serve. Can Hartman change their fortunes? No, she cannot. It's a good swing, but she can't put that in the court of play. 7-2 now. Doonan. Readying her serve. Tough float serve, challenging the back line. Borgia puts it down. So Gavilan ends the drought. Serena Adami now serving for the Rams. Back set. Illegal touch. Used to call it a 2-hit. Now it's just an illegal touch. I like to call it a double tap. 7-4. Arthur gets on top of it. Let's watch the replay there. We've talked about Robin Arthur through much of this match. And we see essentially a perfect pass and really set up the back set. One-on-one, Arthur. No chance for Pierce on the far side for Gavilan. Out back to a 4-point lead for the Griffins. Brown. Good serve, and Wilson Reed lays down the hammer. 9-4. Gavilan having difficulty treading water here in set 2. Quick set in the middle. Off of the block, not down. Quick set, Wilson Reed, not there. Rogers, bump set over to Pierce. Good rally. Back set, Arthur again. Rogers. Good block, Wilson Reed and Miller. Man, that's a big three up front in terms of playmaking ability. Wilson Reed, Hannah Miller, and Robin Arthur. That one kept alive here by Gavilan. Free ball into the back corner. Brown plays it beautifully. Back set. Arthur, nobody home. We have a 2-tap there by Grossmont. So a couple in the last few points. It's maybe something Coach Kevin Kramer seeing, and into the year, one of the officials. You don't get away with much in the women's game. That one, great eye from Brown on the far side, allowing that to hit down, not touching it. And it sails just wide of the far side line. 11-5, matching the biggest lead today so far for the Griffins. Robin Arthur now serving. Adami dug out. Doing a little bit too much on it. Well, she cracked the wrist, but just too much air under it. Catch the stream live, everybody. SoCalCollegeSports.com. We have the embedded player on our homepage. Oh, roll shot there. That one hits the antenna, so Miller trying to take a little bit off of it. She goes off the mark. Cuts the lead to 4. 11-7. Back set, moving slide there from Wilson Reed. Pierce off of the block. That's a good tool there from Pierce. Elizabeth Pierce. Talked about her earlier. It's a good serve. Tough to deal with. Swing out of the back row. Chapa looking for the setter dump, and it's there. Well, you're all state for a reason. You see, so right there is Chapa catching the Griffins off guard, cuts the lead back to 2. Gavilan staying alive here in set 2. Tough serve from Adami. Big swing from Miller, can't put it down, gets dug out. Pierce puts that down but not away. Brown keeps it alive. It's a free ball situation. Brown again, man, she is so good. Miller rolls it over. Pierce from the angle, off of the block. Brown right there. Perfect pass, setter dump, not there. Wilson Reed trying to put it away. Good rally. Reed. Pierce. Just a battle of Pierce and Reed on that point. And the point will go to Gavilan. Timeout, Jamie Ivers and Grossmont going to want to talk things over, starting to slip away from the top team in the South. We'll be back. 11-10. Coming out of the timeout, not exactly what Grossmont ordered up. It's an ace out of the timeout that Grossmont took, ties it back up at 11. Gavilan rallying here in set number 2. Near side Miller, and that's out. First lead of set 2 for Gavilan. We'll have a substitution. Michaela Tam will come in. Another tough serve, back row attack. Duden taking a little off of it. Pierce, good recovery. Adami out of the back row. Brown, perfect pass, near side. Tam puts it down. So Michaela Tam making her presence felt right away. Ties it up at 12 all. Great pass from Rogers. Middle set, not there. Leaf height, blocked back over. Pierce gets a good swing on it. They go out of the back row. Here comes a free ball. Chapa looking for the back corner. Brown had overcommitted too far up. And Gavilan with a lead, 13-12. Been a good back and forth here. Grossmont jumped on top of the Rams from Gavilan early in set 2. Their lead as big as 7. If I recall, that one blocked over. Brown keeps it alive, near side, good swing, blocked back over again. That one's going to be put down nicely. It's Lauren West. Brown will come off. Wilson Reed back to the service line. Donai into the front row along with West and Doonan. That one into the net. Well, when you're trying to rally back and stop the bleeding, can ill afford to have service errors there. It was pretty sloppy in set 1 for both teams from the service line. We see the service error rear its ugly head here at an inopportune time for the Griffins. Doonan in the middle, gets on top of it. Not a lot on it. Not a crush ball, as athletic director and former Long Beach coach Randy Tutorp would say, but gets the job done. Tough serve from West from the service line. (15-14) the lead back to Grossmont. Both teams responding huge to adversity here. Good dig by Pierce. That one not put away. West looking for the dump, can't get it down. Klontz. Block back over. Back set. Arthur! Robin Arthur. Well, that, my friend, was a crush ball. Mike Cepeda, Matt Henson, Jeff Stornoff with you on today's coverage. Game 2 coming up after this. That will feature Fresno City and Cypress. Break in the action. We have a timeout. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. 16-14, Gavilan trailing it by 2 now after having rallied back in the lead in set 2. We'll be back in a moment on SoCal College Sports. Grossmont leading it by 2. Timeout. Off of the top of the tape. That's allowed. Outside, Hartman off of the block. Good response out of the timeout by the Rams. Chapa, the All-American, serving it up. Good pass from Doonan. Quick set in the middle. Blocked back over. I don't know if that was blocked back over or if that was just into the top of the tape. Either way, it's 16 all in set 2. Short serve, perfectly executed. Arthur gets a good swing on it, but an opportunity here. Hartman, Brown digs it out. West, near side. Doonan! Hannah Doonan. Puts the Griffins up by 1, 17-16. Uh-oh, that pass gets away from Rogers. (18-16). Rogers, much better pass. Hartman puts it away. (18-17). Arthur off of the block, and Tam off of her fingers. Tied back up 18 all. Back and forth we go. To seesaw battle in set 2 between the top team from the south and the 4 seed from the north. Gavilan, their first appearance here in the state finals, and trying to make a night of it. It's win or go home. Single elimination. 19-18 after that one is out from Gavilan. Brown, good serve, good deep serve, and miscommunication. That missed serve, Pierce. Pierce is looking for a 5, and it was a quick set. Chapa thought she was going to rush up and take that one. Bad time to miscommunicate. 20-18. The Griffins the first to 20 yet again. That one blocked back. Back set. Arthur. So Robin Arthur. (22-20). Back set, Adami. Oh, that's a great job by Tam, keeping that one alive. She comes right back, tries to go hard angle again, but she's off the mark, going wide of the line. (21-22). Good pass from Brown. Back row attack. Not there. Outside, Pierce. Can't really get on top of it. She puts it over. Brown gets it up. That one on top of the tape and over on the Gavilan side, but not down. Doonan keeps it alive. West sets up Reed. Reed looking for the back line, and it's tapped. I think that might have sailed past. Had they let it go, it's 23-21. And the Griffins 2 points away from going up 2-0 versus Gavilan. Pierce punches it over, and Brown can't keep that one alive. That's a good job by Pierce, putting that in a spot for her to make the most of it. That one bumped up. Doonan gets moving. Pierce comes out of the back row out of nowhere, keeps it alive. And check that. That was actually Claire Gerard keeping it alive. But the point is going to go to Grossmont, and it's set point here in set 2 for the top team in the South. Wilson Reed with a chance to end this. Tough serve. Gerard handles it pretty well. Here comes a bump set from Chop into the back row for Adami. Doonan, that one gets away from West. She says, my bad. We'll get the next one. So a stay of execution here for the Rams. Can they force a win by 2 situation here in set 2? Leafheit will do her best to do just that. Doonan takes a little bit off of it, dug out by Hartman. Far side, she'll get the set. She'll put it away. 24 all, and it's win by 2 going forward. Pretty good match here in match number 1 between number 4 from the north and number 1 from the south. Out of the back row, Tam, huge swing and a huge dig by Adami. Hartman off of the block, not down. Brown right there. Setter dump. West trying to catch everybody off guard. Hartman looking for the middle line, looking for the hardwood, can't find it. Doonan gets a block back over, but Brown right there. They'll go right back to the well, and Doonan is off the mark. And now it's set point, the first one today for Gavilan. Timeout, Grossmont. We'll be back. set point for Gavilan. Here in set 2, Hannah Miller will come on for Tam. That's set 2 in the books for Gavilan on the ace from the Rams, 26-24, and the Rams battle back here in set 2. And we go to set 3, tied up at 1. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the California Community College Athletic Association's Women's Volleyball Final 8. We'll be back. Set 3 underway. Gavilan starts it off with a service error. They rally back to take set 2, 26-24. Grossmont now being pushed by the 4 seed from the north. They were pushed to 5 by the 18 seed in the south, Riverside. So this team is not averse to going to sleep against teams which on paper probably look like they're going to beat. That one tooled nicely by Arthur. And if you're Grossmont, you keep on going to the hot hand. Right now, that's Robin Arthur. She has been fantastic. Sophomore, outside hitter. Doonan, good serve. Set up Hartman. Hartman off the block, not down. Brown keeps that alive. Arthur bumps it over. Here comes a free ball. Hartman again, huge swing and dug out by West. Brown gets it over. It's 2-0 Grossmont, trying to start off 3-0. That one tooled again. Back-to-back kills for Robin Arthur. (3-0) here in set 3. Hartman off of the block, and she'll get that one to fall down. Gavilan finally on the board here in set 3, 3-1. Tough float serve. West does get it over. Serve from Chapa. Adami off the block and out. Gavilan scores. Serena Adami with the score, and Chapa back to the service line. Looking to make it 2 in a row. Doonan, good pass. Into the middle. That one straight down, but Rogers digs it out. Nearly a double tap. Hartman looking for a touch, and she's going to find one. And the call goes in favor of the Rams. Griffin's looking for an explanation. And they're going to get one that says, you touched it on the block. Hartman gets away with it. 3-all. Brown does not handle that one well. 4-3, first lead of set 3 for Gavilan. Arthur! Man, she's got quite the vert. Reminds me a little bit last year of Emily Bible. See this again. Back set. Man, she gets on top of it. Rogers, no chance. 4-all. Just keep going to the well. If you're Grossmont. Brown with a serve. It's a good one. Rogers handles it pretty well. Hartman looking for the back line roll shot. Sails well past. 5-4. Brown again, another good serve. Rogers takes it. That one blocked over. Tam and Wilson Reed. 6-4. Trying to get the block to move. Hartman gets it blocked but not down. Tam gets a swing on it, falling away. Adami had to stutter. Couldn't get on top of that cleanly. Arthur will. Robin Arthur crushes the hardwood. It's a 3-point lead for Grossmont. And the Griffins continue to go to Robin Arthur. She is the hot hand today. That one just past the service line for Gianni Brown. It's a good run for Brown. Gavilan will serve it up. This is Borgia. Pierce blocks that one over. Kept alive. The pancake in full effect from Grossmont. Off of the block. Oh, that's a great save. Wilson Reed. Arthur looking for the back line, and Adami can't keep it alive. What a rally from Grossmont. 8-5, they lead it here in set 3. Arthur now serving, tough jump serve. Good power behind it. Pierce gets it off of the block, and Wilson Reed, along with West, unable to contain it. 8-6, the lead cut to 2 here for the Griffins. Good pass. West sets up Wilson Reed, blocked back over by Hartman. Roll shot, looking to go short. Oh, that one's off of a touch and down. Gavilan scores yet again, cuts it to 1. Leaf Height battling in the middle along with Wilson Reed, wins that battle. Outside, oh, that's a great job by Tam adjusting to that midair. And she puts it off of the block of Leaf Height. 9-7, the lead back out to 2. Good serve from Tam. Borgia can't put it away. Doonan looking for a touch on the block, and she's well past the back line. Wilson Reed sliding over. It's a huge shot. Wilson Reed now serving with a 10-8 lead. It's an ace. 11-8. Wilson Reed serving again. Such a tough serve to go against. Power, movement, Pierce, that's out. Wilson Reed judges that one correctly. So before it was Robin Arthur, now Wilson Reed getting in on the act. 12-8, biggest deficit here in set number 3 for Gavilan. Remember, they fell behind by as many as 7, I believe, in set 2 before rallying to take that set, forcing a win by 2 situation. Chapa unable to contain that one. And Gavilan looks like they have changed from a 5-1 to a 6-2 as Krista Arroyo has come in. 13-8, starting to get away from the Rams. We'll take a timeout ourselves. We're back in a moment here on SoCal College Sports. Five-point deficit here in set number 3. Gavilan trailing the top team from the south. Grossmont Griffins took set 1 and then basically had set 2 stolen away. Gavilan rallied late to take that one. And a good timeout by Coach Kevin Kramer to stop the bleeding. Wilson Reed puts that one into the twine, cuts a lead to 4. Gerard comes on now here to serve for the Rams. Dueling service errors. Tough serve, handled very well. That one off the block. West keeps it alive, bump set. Arthur back into the front row, see if she can make a difference. Off of the block, Brown keeps it alive again. West, back set, Arthur off the block into the antenna. Okay, they're going to say that this ball hit the antenna. I thought it ricocheted off of the block into the antenna. So the score will go in favor of Gavilan, get them to double digits, 14-10. Leave height. Good bump set. Arthur now on that far side and puts that one away. Robin Arthur, she's got some boosties. She can get up off the floor better than I can tell you that, even in my prime. Doonan now serving. Back set, Chapa looking to go hard angle, and that's a terrific play made by the All-American. (15-11). Borgia back into the front row along with Hartman. Huge hit up front. Nicole Donai. (16-11). Grossmont out to a 5-point lead. Service error from Brown. A couple service errors really allowed that second set to get away from Grossmont. It wasn't a problem at the beginning of set two and through much of set two. Grossmont seemed like the better team. Tam puts that one away, but it hit the antenna. The point will go to Gavilan. Cuts the lead to 3. That one put over. Tam looking for the hard angle, it's out. 16-14. Gavilan keeps it alive. Pierce gets a swing on it. West right there. Bump set for Brown. Arthur, blocked back over and in. Pierce on top of it. 16-15. And Gianni Brown says, hey, do you want that a little higher? And I think Arthur said, heck yeah, I can get up there. Hannah Miller back into the fold. Wonder why we've seen Miller in spot duty instead of regular action. She started the match. Wilson Reed gets on top of the block. Nothing Klotz can do about it. Goes out of play. The point goes to the Griffins. Tough short serve from Arthur. It's very deceiving, the jump serve from Arthur. If you look at it, she gets up pretty high, looks like she's coming at you full force, and then it drops off of the table. It's the jump serve knuckler from Robin Arthur again, and that one creeps up on Rogers, who handled it pretty well. Borgia gets blocked over. Hannah Miller and Wilson Reed. Two-point lead for Grossmont, and it's out. Oh, Rogers. Multiple service errors for Rogers in the set. Talked about the margin for error being very slim, really for both teams. Level play so high. Miller serving it up. Pierce running right-handed shot outside. Doonan puts it away as Chapa Tried to dig it out, but it goes right into the antenna for the point for Grossmont. It's a 4-point lead in set 3, 20-16. Griffins, boys, to possibly take a 2-1 lead in this match. We'll be back in a moment on SoCal College Sports. Match 1 of 6 on the day here for SoCalCollegeSports.com. We've got a good one in the opener. Grossmont, the top team from the south, and Gavilan tied up 1-1 in sets. It's 20-17 after the score from the Rams. But Grossmont, the top team from the south, looking to solidify their hold in this one. Take it 2 sets to lead. Wilson Reed with the hammer. We get a replay on that, Matt? That was impressive. Man, impressive. Wilson Reed now serving, 21-17. That one's out. Well, sometimes after a big play like that, you get a little excited. Tough to contain the serve. She'll come off. Gianni Brown back into the fold. Up front, it's West. So West, she's utilized the setter dump a couple times here today. Wonder at what point late in this set will she try to utilize that to their advantage. Great pass from Miller. Doonan from West. 22-18. West now serving. Denied, Doonan and Arthur up front. Chapa goes for her setter dump. They've gone back to the 5-1 as Chapa, only setter out there. We did see Krista Arroyo briefly. That one off of the top of the tape by Leaf Height. Better to be lucky than good. Good to be both. We see it right there. Leaf Height. I don't know if that was intentional, but it worked out well. Got the lead to 2. Brown, perfect pass. Middle set. Deny, can't put it over. 22-21. It was a late rally that enabled Gavilan to tie it up at 1-1 in sets. Might we see another late rally here in set 3 to see the Rams, number 4 seed from the north, take a 2-1 lead in sets? We'll find out when we come back on SoCal College Sports. Spread the word, everybody. You don't have to be in front of a computer to watch this game live. Go to www.socalcollegesports.com. Our embedded player is on the homepage. Just click on play. You can also go to the California Community College official website, the CCCAA sports.org, 3C2A. You can also follow us on SoCal College Sports 1 via YouTube. If you have an Apple TV or an Xbox One, any type of device that has the YouTube app, search SoCal College Sports 1, the lettering that you see on the screen right now, and you can catch us on the big screen. We got a good one right here, 22-21. Gavilan trailing it by 1, but they have rallied from about a 5-point deficit to get into the mix here and possibly steal another set like they stole set 2. 26-24. 25-21, that set, the first, going in favor of Grossmont. We're tied up at 1. We're late in set 3, and that's a kill for Hartman. Ties it up at 22 all. See the replay here, and Hartman through the block. Brown unable to contain it. That one nearly went long. Brown didn't want to take a chance. Bump set coming from Miller over to Arthur, tooling the block again. Robin Arthur continues to be the go-to hand for Grossmont. 23-22. Back and forth we go, late set 3. Match 1 today of 6 here on SoCal College Sports, and Doonan now serving for the Griffins. Chapa sets up Hartman. She goes for the dink shot. Not there. Miller all over it. Bump shot out of the back row. Here comes a free ball. Gavilan with an opportunity. Chapa trying to put that one away. Brown off of the roof apparatus comes down quicker than they were expecting. It's 23-all. High drama here in set 3. This is only match 1. Get your hot tea and honey and lemon ready. Voices are going to go through the ringer today, boys. Jeff starting off with the call in match 2. Big approach and swing from Hannah Miller. Borgia, no chance. Well, Hannah Miller said, "You ain't seen my heat." We haven't seen her fired up like that for a kill since set 1. She puts that one away, and it's set point for the Griffins. Gianni Brown, couple service errors in this set. Another one to force a win-by-2 situation. An eerily similar path that Gavilan took in set 2 to steal that frame. Can they do it again? It's 24-all. Good pass from Miller. Quick set. Reed! Wilson Reed hammers that one home. Arthur now back to the service line to possibly close it out for the Griffins here in set 3. Remember, it's a win-by-2 situations, 25-24. Grossmont scores here. That one off of the block, but not down. Bump set coming from Brown. Miller off of the block. Chapa right there. Bump set coming from Rogers. Borgia down! Courtney Borgia ties it back up, 25-all. McKenna Wilson in the back row along with Brown and Doonan. In the front, West, Wilson Reed, and Hannah Miller. West set her dump, Chapa right there. She read it perfectly. Pierce dug out. Bump set. Miller swinging and missing the far line. Set point, first one here in set 3 for Gavilan. Timeout Grossmont, the top team in the state of California coming in. Top seed from the south. Reeling just a little bit here late in set 3. 26-25. We'll be back in a moment on SoCal College Sports. (26-25). The service error has been an issue here for both liberos. We saw Gianni Brown put it into the twine. Valerie Rogers now serving it up for Gavilan. gets it in play. Wilson Reed taps that one down. She gets away with one there, and that's where it helps to be as tall as Wilson Reed is. Listed at 5'10", she plays a lot bigger than that. She can absolutely get up off the floor. Very athletic, long arms. Miller right there, kept alive. Dunan's going to get a swing on it. The donut not there. Good job by Borgia. Pierce, good swing, and that goes off of McKenna Wilson. She's unable to contain it. Another set point for the Rams. After Grossmont had tied it up. Borgia now serving. Puts that one in play. Miller, good pass. Dunan! Not yet. That's what Hannah says. Hannah Dunan, leader in kills on the season coming in. West, Donai. And Dunan in the front row. Wilson Reed now serving for the Griffins. 27-all set 3. Good serve from Wilson Reed. Backs up Rogers. Chapa moving his leaf height. That's out. And now it's set point back to the Griffins. What a match. This is only match 1. They expect the volleyball, the level of volleyball, to be very high this weekend here at L.A. Pierce. Or the 3C2A Elite 8, the final 8 of the season here in 2016 for women's volleyball. And Wilson Reed, service error yet again. A couple moments where she was unable to contain her emotion from the service line. First one was in, second one not so much. 28-all. Outside, Dunan had to reach for it. West set her dump, it's there! Lauren West. Set point back to Grossmont. (29-28). Good serve from West. Near side, Hartman. Miller right there. West outside to Dunan. Dunan looking for the line. Borgia digs it out. Hartman puts one down, but it's out. 30-28. Set 3 finally in the books. In the top team in the South and in the state of California. One set away from advancing to the semis later tonight. You're on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Game 1 of 6 today on our coverage of the California Community College Athletic Association's 2016 Women's Volleyball Final 8. We'll be back. Anyone own an Apple TV or an Xbox One, or some kind of set-top device that has the YouTube app? Search SoCal College Sports 1. You can watch this on the big screen. You don't have to be limited to the size of your screen on the computer. Or if you have an Apple TV, you can also mirror, but why not just go directly to the YouTube app? If you have trouble finding that, go to SoCalCollegeSports.com. We have the player embedded on our homepage. You can catch this broadcast live. You know any friends and family that couldn't make it over here to L.A. Pierce this weekend, let them know. And we understand there are a lot of players that have family possibly out of state or abroad that might want to tune in and watch their loved ones play and compete at the highest level here in the 3C2A. And that's one of the reasons why we're here and allowing you to really bridge the gap between the long trek, potentially, from wherever you're coming. Search SoCalCollegeSports.com, and if you're on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1 on an Apple TV or an Xbox One or any type of set-top device. It's 2-1, the Griffins out front in front of Gavilan, but man, Gavilan showing some serious heart. Might it be a little bit too little too late, though? They trail it 2-1. Wilson Reed, one of the big reasons why they were so successful. We'll have some stats for you shortly, probably in the middle of this set, as they're tabulating down low. That one dug out nicely by Miller. Good swing, dug out by the shoulder of Hartman. Arthur goes angle, and Chapa unable to contain it. Griffins on the board first here in set 4. Hartman tools the block, 1-1. Another score here for the Rams. They lead it 2-1. Arthur gets on top of it. Chapa cleans it up. Rogers, Hartman, blocked over. Back set. Borgia off of the block, keeps it alive, bumps it over. Free ball. West, Arthur into the block and down on the Gavilan side, 2-all. Back set. That's a very good set there from Chapa. And why is it good? She disguises it so well. You don't know where she's going to the very last second, and it's that split second or half a second recovery time that the block needs to get over that makes that kill possible. Dugout West on top of it. That's a good swing for Grossmont. Savannah Bibbs-Bailey. Bibbs-Bailey also showed very well in our coverage earlier this season at Cuyamaca. Is that a rotation violation? And indeed, that will go against Gavilan, resulting in a point, 4-3. Chapa back set again, looking for Borgia. Borgia looking for the roll shot. She gets it. Doonan and Brown unable to recover in time. How about Alana Wilson-Reed? 10 of 17 after 3. She's almost hitting at a 60% clip. You will take that every day of the week. Not bad for Robin Arthur. She was hot earlier, 16 of 27, so they were going to her in a big way. Pierce has that one ricochet off of the apparatus up top. 6-4 now. Grossmont with a 2-point lead. We're in set 4, it's 2-1. Grossmont in front of Gavilan. Grossmont with another point. Arthur another service ace. This one's out though. 7-5. West sets up outside. Hannah Miller gets a pretty good swing on it. She got a rifle. Miscommunication there. West trying to keep that one alive. Miller finds Pierce. Pierce one-on-one with a Wilson Reed, and she's going to win that battle. Cuts a lead to 1 here for Grossmont. Borgia back to the service line for the Rams. Oh, that one looked like it might have gone long. Chapa looking for the setter kill. Back on the net. That one's going to be out. Looking for a touch. That was Leaf Height. It's going to be a net violation, Lana Wilson-Reed. So we're tied up at 7-all. Violation on 7. We're tied up at 7. Set 4. Here comes a slide. Wilson-Reed dug out. Borgia trying to keep that one alive. Finds itself on top of the scorers table. Wilson-Reed continues her hot hitting. 10 of 17. That's good for 588. Hannah Miller now serving, looking for the line, looking for Borgia. Had her mark, but that is handled very well. Pierce blocked back over. West and Wilson-Reed. Well, our next game is slated for an 11 o'clock start time. Don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have Jeff Stoynot find out what the gap will be in between games. We'll find that for you shortly. Try to get an as accurate as a time or estimation as to when match 2 will start later today. Match 2 will feature Fresno City and Cypress. It's another score. Lauren West with a block. 10-7. Grossmont with a lead here in set 4. Miller serving it again. That one's long. Gerard with a serve. Doonan blocked back over. Brown cleans up the mess. West looking for the hardwood. And getting there late was Arroyo. We saw Arroyo in there briefly. When Chapa was in the front row, that's what we see right now. Gavilan has been able to find a spark in sets 2 and 3. They started off pretty hot in set 1 before Grossmont took control. Chapa can't get that one over. Doonan off of the antenna. 11-9. Leaf Height serving it up for the Rams. Doonan. A little bit off the mark on the set. That one dug out nicely out of the back row. That one, Hartman trying to keep it alive was West. And the lead cut to 1. Hartman, a player of note today here for Gavilan. Leaf Height puts it past the back line. back to a 2-point lead for Grossmont. Bailey Bibbs in the front row along with Robin Arthur and Doonan. Arroyo. That one set up nicely for Gavilan. (12-11). Doonan handles that one very well. Bailey Bibbs not down. Rogers digs it out. Hartman gets a swing on it. West. Oh, that's a tough set. Nearly a double tap there. She gets away with one. Borgia dug out by Brown. Doonan going Abel. Rogers right there. Battle of the liberos on this point. Brown sets up West. Arthur on top of it. Gerard digs it out of the back row. Arroyo sets up Borgia. Borgia can't put it down. Good rally. Back set. Arthur. Dink shot. Not there. Gavilan unable to get there in time. Falls behind by 2 yet again. Now Doonan back to the service line for Grossmont, 13-11. Grossmont up 2-1. Borgia, good swing. She just can't get on top of it. Klontz looking for a touch, calling for one. She's not going to get the call. 14-11. Coach Kramer, Kevin Kramer for Gavilan, going to call a timeout and see if he can put a finger in the dam. 14-11. We'll be back in a moment. Guys, you have any feedback for us? There's a chat on the official view page. If you're able to watch this on a computer, you can chime in. Give us a hello. We'd like to hear feedback, positive or constructive. Always trying to get better here. We have an athletic background, SoCalCollegeSports.com. So as players, we always try to get better. As broadcasters, we're always trying to get better. Trying to hone our craft. 14-11. We're in set 4. Grossmont with a 2-1 lead in sets. They have a 3-point lead in this one, and that one blocked back over. Bailey Bibbs. Haven't seen a lot of her today. Been inserted here into the front row by Jamie Ivers in Grossmont, and she has made a difference. Out to a 4-point lead now for the top team in the South. Doonan back to the service line, leading by 4. Rogers bump set. That's a tough ball to deal with. Borgia can't get that one over. 16-11. Gavilan one set away from going home. Hartman dug out by Brown. Miller off the block. Chopper right there. Oh, that's a tough ball to deal with. Just a miscommunication. And Klontz is going to score a kill. A bit of a dink shot. Good pass from Brown outside. Miller puts it away. Hannah, whoa. Let's watch that one more time. Miller leaves her feet and takes some air out of the ball off of the ricochet from the hardwood. 17-12. The sun starting to set on the season here for the Rams. They have put up a fight here in the opening match of the finals here at L.A. Pierce. Borgia gets that one off of the tape. Arthur rears back, puts a good swing on it. Chapa sets up Pierce on the far side. She can't get it over the top of the tape. It goes into the net, 18-12. Timeout, Gavilan, trailing it by 6. Can they rally back yet again to force a win by 2 situation, possibly take set 4 and force a 5th and decisive set? We'll find out. But Gavilan right now in a hole. We'll be back. (18-12). Grossmont, the hammerlock here in set 4, leading it 2-1, 1 set away from a spot in the semis later this evening. Chapa sets up into the middle. Klontz can't put it away. Bump set coming, far side. That one's blocked out of bounds by Pierce. Arthur with a kill. Robin Arthur and Alana Wilson-Reed have really been the bright spots for Grossmont. Obviously a team effort. Gianni Brown's been terrific out of the back row. Lauren West, a couple of timely setter dumps. I think I put the jinx on her. Gianni Brown puts that one into the net. The service errors have been a problem for Gianni, something she'll want to shore up before tonight, maybe take some extra reps. Maybe just settle in and make an adjustment. Good pass from Gianni Wilson-Reed, puts that away. So Alana continues with her hot hitting ways. Arthur now into the back row. And serving for the Griffins with a 7-point lead, 20-13. That one goes out. Well, if you're trying to put away a very feisty team, such as we see in Gavilan, you don't want to shoot yourselves in the foot. You don't want to side out on yourself, and that's exactly what we've seen the last 2 serves for the Griffins, and now we see an ace from Borgia of the Rams. Gavilan cuts the lead to 5, 20-15. A couple late rallies in sets 2 and 3. Force pulling out set 2 and eventually succumbing in set 3. Wilson-Reed blocked over. West right there to clean it up. It's a jump set for Brown. Reed not much on it. Oh, beautiful donut. Leaf height. 20-16. It's a mini rally here. Late in set 4 for the Rams. Tough serve. West looking for the dump. It's blocked back over. Leaf height all over it. 20-17. I think Coach Ivers was saying that's an illegal touch from the opposite side, but the score goes to the Rams, and Gavilan rallying late here. It's a 4-point run. They've cut it to 3, 20-17. Timeout, Grossmont. We'll be back. It was a quick timeout for Grossmont. GAVILAN, who didn't take the timeout, is making the most of it. They still have 10 seconds. But Kramer trying to rally the troops here. Good rally this far. It's a 4-point rally for the Rams. They've cut it to 3. Borgia serving. Miller with a big swing out of the middle. So they move around Miller, hitting from the middle on that point. Miller puts it away, 21-17. Quashes the semi-run there from GAVILAN. Back to a 4-point lead for Grossmont. And Miller now serving. Miller, a fantastic short serve. And we've talked about her serve and how that sometimes just falls off of a table. Her and Robin Arthur have been key when they can get the serves in today. Another one. Rogers handles that one pretty well. Chapa sets up leaf height. Dug out. West with a dump. Pierce right there. Middle. Leaf height. Blocked over again. Wilson Reed. See the replay here. Wilson Reed says, Grossmont 2 points away from a spot in the semis. Tough serve. Chapa setting up the slide for leaf height. Dug out nicely. Noonan, roll shot. Borgia digs it out. Leaf height over the block. Bump set coming. Back row attack. And a beautiful swing put on. That's McKenna Wilson. Sets up match point for the Griffins. Can Miller put it away? Outside, Pierce puts that one in. A stay of execution for the Rams in this one, still trailing it by Swix. Take a massive rally here late to force a win by 2 situation. It'll be Claire Gerard serving for GAVILAN. Tough serve. Oh, that's one. She needs 5 more. 24-19. We're in set 4. It's match point. Grossmont will have 5 more of them. Noonan. That one off of a touch, and that will do it. Grossmont into the semifinal later today. That concludes coverage of match 1, 25-19, 3-1 your final, as Grossmont sends GAVILAN packing here in 2016. Thank you for watching, everybody. Game 2 coming up just a bit. We'll get a start time for you. Fresno City and Cypress here in our coverage. SoCalCollegeSports.com. 2016 Volleyball Championships live from LA Pierce. Game 1 of 6 in the books. Game 2 coming up in just a bit. Thank you for joining us.